Huh. Grand Member Headquarters nuked by crazed player. Oh! Hey there again! It's been a while since I've seen a video this long, hasn't it? Well, we're
back at it again.
Summer mapping video! Wait, I gotta make a new mapping video. And of course, there may be some of you watching this because you saw that I uploaded something and not because of SMF itself. Well, don't worry. Just like last year, I'll explain it again. Summer Mapping Fest is basically a yearly event on the mapper side of Discord where mappers from all around show many kinds of things, like previews of their latest videos, channel updates, a new episode in their mapping series, or their plans for the channel's future. If you want to see the rest of the event after my presentation, check out the server link below. But there's another link to something I'll explain later. Now, without further ado, let's begin the presentation. For real. Oh yeah, I obliterated my newspaper. Same beach as always. Huh? Oh. So we're here again. And this time my presentation didn't go from a fake to a slightly authorized one. No, it's completely legal. 100% this time. And this year I've got some big things to talk about. But before I get to those, I want to get some simpler things out the way. Like I did last year, I'm going to talk about how things have been going revolving around what I talked about in 2024. First of all, my two main mapping series, After SAR and Alternate Future of Europe. If you don't remember, I'd finally released Alternate Future of Europe 1 after about a year of waiting. Now what about After SAR? Nothing. I've done nothing. If anything, I've started to consider just stopping the series entirely. Its whole premise was just weird. Now don't get me wrong, I loved making the original and making fun plans for the remaster, but unfortunately I've simply lost interest in keeping it going. Now, if I have started anything on After SAR 2, I may finish it and actually release it as a series finale, but if not, the series will simply end at the first chapter. The next thing I want to talk about is Mario's Madness Ranked. Hell, I'm probably not even allowed to talk about this, but I may as well. I regret to inform everyone that I will be canning Mario's Madness Ranked. Let us have a moment of silence.
You motherfucker, I'm still right here.
It's like he's still with us. Now up next, we have World War II in a nutshell. Now this video, I'm considering either scrapping entirely or just trying to redo with some better ideas behind it. And finally, the last two I talked about that I won't even mention because they're both being canned. And no moment of silence for them because they've both been a massive burden. And now we're at the big part. By now, you guys know how this part goes. I talk about things that I'm either working on right now or planning to work on. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yep, you read that weirdly long title right. I'm planning on making one big compilation of every single submission I've made for every mapping competition I've ever played. These include Grand Mapper, Tournament of the Arts, Foxidism Silly Competition, Dusty's Duel, Sunvivor, etc, etc. This video will get outdated pretty quickly though, as I'll be playing many more mapping competitions down the line. I might make numerous renditions and remakes of this, but this version should be as of August this year.
Yeah.
I talked about this one in the second part of last year's presentation, but I was never able to get anything done on it because of my constantly shifting schedule and loss of interest and organization. But now I can finally get some ideas down and can truly start work on this series. Unless Nintendo slaps a big fat cease and desist on me.
Yeah.
Isn't that supposed to have a name?
It's time for our teacher presentation. Teacher, coming straight from your comp. Coming straight from your comp. Coming, hey, yep. He's the one. Coming, hey, yep. The king of mapping. He's Mappy and never map. You want to get this from Grand Mapper? The sensation of all servers. The comp that'll make you scream. Say it with me, folks. Louisiana Mappers, Mapping Comp.
Yep, that's right, I'm officially hosting my very own mapping competition. Now, I was meaning to announce this way back in May because that was when the first season started, but I just decided, why not save this for when the second season starts? Well, now's the time that I finally properly introduce my competition. Introducing Louisiana Mappers Unnamed Mapping Competition. The whole premise of this competition is challenges that are essentially out of the ordinary. Our slogan is literally, it's unnamed for a reason. That's the reason. This next season is going to be a Mario-themed season named Starman Crusade. You can apply to be a player, a judge, or just come and watch by clicking on the server link in the description below. But hurry up, because applications are closing soon. And now for something a tad more serious than usual. It was a typical night sometime in early June 2022. I was on vacation somewhere in Tennessee. That night, I got bored, so I ended up looking for something to binge watch. Since I was interested in geography at the time, I decided to find a mapping series. I ended up finding one named Alternate Future of Your World by someone named Kiv Mapping. I would later find myself addicted to the series, mainly because of all the cool wars that would happen in most of the chapters.
This is so freaking epic.
That was when I found my calling. I wanted to be Louisiana Mapping. And so, using some pretty basic country balls, a sloppily made map on Flip-A-Clip, and an insane will, I made the original alternate future of the United States June 27th that year. It didn't garner much, just a couple of views, nothing too crazy. But I kept going. I made another chapter, and another, and another. I released about 5 chapters of AFTIS in less than 2 months before I made what would become my actual breakthrough. Alphabet Lore YouTube Poop. To this very day, those videos continue to be the bane of my existence. As I went through 2022, things were basic. I was one of those wannabe mappers who thought they were the ultimate superior. Somehow, I vividly remember the first message I sent in the pre-purge Neo-Kevin Roost was a list of every North American country and their flags. I ended up getting flagged because my message had too many emojis. In October of the same year, I discovered that mapping made its footing on TikTok. Almost immediately after, I moved from my old commentary channel and truly became a mapper. For a majority of that month, nothing happened, but then, on the 22nd, I dropped the first part of Ruining Europe. That day, my account blew up. Tens of thousands came to watch in under an hour. So I released more, and more, and I still try to. Big fat emphasis on try. Then 2023 came. There isn't much to talk about other than this. I received a DM in May that year that said I was invited to Summer Mapping Fest 2023 because, quote, my fanbase was big and my content was funky. I don't remember much, but I do know that I presented on the second day and had about 5 minutes of spotlight before I just dipped. The only thing I presented were a couple of teaser images and a trailer for Alternate Future of Europe. Originally, I was going to present a trailer for AFTIS R, but I posted it a month early, so I ended up only having one trailer to do. But then 2024 started. I will gladly say that this was by far one of the best years in my history for a number of reasons. For one, I matured. I went from Louisiana Mapping to Louisiana Mapper. I know that doesn't sound like much, but that name change aligns perfectly with when I started to become a better person. It's strange, really, but it's a funny explanation. If anything, I see it as me becoming independent. I went from being a Kiv mapping copy to just being myself, a mapper. Then summer came. I already knew Summer Mapping Fest was around the corner, but I kind of forgot about it. When I found out I wasn't a presenter, I was a little disappointed, but I knew it was sort of on me. So while I was waiting for the thing to start, I made a fake presentation just to make myself sort of happy. Turns out, it got people interested. One of the presenters, Azalea Animations, said they'd be willing to smuggle my presentation into theirs. I was beyond thankful. And then day one came. This time I was a little more involved, chatting with the others just cuz. After a few hours, the last presenter, Auckland, happened to be absent, and suddenly I was brought in. I was going to replace Auckland for the time being. I was ecstatic. I had absolutely no idea. And so I rushed to upload the presentation to YouTube so that I could get it there. It was genuinely amazing. I looked back at the stream to see what was up in the VC before I got there, just to see. And then something really caught my attention. Give mapping right there. I wasn't expecting much, but it turns out he was the most reactive. He was excited to see my presentation.
Holy shit!
Keep in mind, this man is literally the reason I became a mapper. It's like LeBron James himself being excited for me. And now I was really motivated. Funny thing was, I managed to become a presenter on all 3 days. And then through SMF, I found out about Grand Mapper and decided to apply for Season 25. I was really hesitant. I was a bit scared, but I didn't. Of course, I died pretty early, but I balled. Season 27 came, and I made a My Way cover, which, to my absolute surprise, everyone loved. 28 was a mix of the past two. I got involved in mapping competitions, and here we are now. Now, the whole reason I'm talking about my history is because I'm only realizing how much I've matured over the past few years. I really went from being a wimpy bitch loser in 2022 to whoever I am now. It's honoring. Really, really honoring. Alright, I'm done with that, so I'm just gonna let you listen to the rest of this absolutely amazing song. Before I close this presentation, I just want to say 2 words that are gonna get really extended. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to everybody who tuned in to watch me present. Thank you to everyone who's given me this immense amount of love and support over the years. Thank you to all of you who took the time to subscribe to the channel. And most of all, thank you for being a friend. And now for the specifics. First, I want to say thank you to someone who's taken the path I was going down and flipped it to the right direction. My girlfriend. I really want to say these past months of our relationship have truly been the most amazing of my life. Thank you so much for changing my life for the better. I love you. Next, I would like to say thank you to my parents. The 2 of you have given me so much love and support. I can hardly remember the details. You raised me to be a great person, and I want to say I couldn't have asked for a better pair to bring me into this world. Thank you so much. Next, thank you, Kiv. I've said this thousands of times already as far back as my first mapping video, but you and your alternate future of your world series are the very reason I'm right here, right now. When I say I got giddy when you complimented my work, I meant it. I feel like a student that actually impressed his teacher. Thank you. Don't worry, I'm not done. We've got a very long list of names to get out the way. So, apologies if you're in this list and I butcher your name, or if you're not in this list entirely. Thank you to Cybe, RX, Canepin, RLCC, Greenball, Baboomco, Acadia, Pilot, Vanuatu, Suleiman, Sun, Pelu, Evelyn, Luxilia, Azalea, Olympus, Evelyn, Australis, Minx, Marianian, Swiss, Wonderwaffle, EOAM, Soville, Toilet Rat, Narvon, Seahow, True Albanian, Mojave, Foxlandism, Kites, Caplore, Felinia, Prussian, Els, Duck, Axel, Celagon, Ari, Dianawood, Dino, Odelia, Veli, Trez, American, Simon 3000, Drade, Secleria, Ento, Kashamarka, Pitcairn, Jeff, Ragnar, Arn, Formica, Sabine, Klondike, Dom, Quasar, whatever, Vayfly, Nubular, Kirbytron, Solaris Plantia,